Welcome to your daily dose of hope. I'm Phyllis Nichols, and I'm glad you're here. Some days hope can feel out of reach when we're tired, when we're discouraged. In those moments, I think trying to manufacture hope can feel exhausting and impossible. And I just want to remind you that on those days, you're allowed to borrow hope. You can borrow it from somebody who believes in you, or borrow it from a memory of a time when you got through something hard. We have a lifetime of examples of that. Borrow hope from the version of yourself who kept going even when you didn't think you could. Hope doesn't always have to come in from inside you in the moment. Sometimes it can come from a connection, from remembering that you've survived before, or from trusting that the future you might see things more clearly, and that more often than not, things have a way of working out. When something hard happens, hope can feel like the first thing to disappear. Our mind jumps ahead. I know I sometimes just go into the worst possible scenario mode. Our body can sometimes even go into protection mode and make us feel fearful. And suddenly everything can feel heavier than it did just a few moments ago. What else can you do to still have hope? First, I love this idea of shrinking the timeline, especially when, we've just recently experienced something and we've gone from feeling okay to maybe feeling worried or stressed or upset. Hope doesn't have to mean that believing everything is going to work out in the long run, but looking at the timeline and saying, okay, right in this moment, am I okay? Do the people I love, are they okay? Are the people that love me okay? It reminds us that we can get through the next few minutes or the next hour. And sometimes that's all we need. Another thing we can do is to just name what is still true. What do you know, even in the most painful or difficult time? You can name that you're still here. You have people who love you. There are people that you love. You have values, you have skills, you have support, you have good memories. I'm thankful that I have, a family and friends that I know I can count on. And the last thing to do is just to allow hope to be quiet. It doesn't Hope doesn't mean that we have to be loud or positive all the time. We don't have to march around feeling confident and hopeful in every minute. Sometimes it's just a quiet decision not to give up on yourself in the middle of a hard thing or a difficult day or a sad moment. When life doesn't go the way we hope, you don't have to pretend it didn't hurt, but you can choose to stay with yourself one small, steady step at a time. And that is more than enough. This podcast is part of the Sound Advice FM network. Sound Advice FM, women's voices amplified.